I guess let's get started here, because, like, not really important that people show up anyway. Like, I don't plan to talk very much during all of round 2. And despite me waiting, like, 17 minutes, just, kinda sucks. Guess I'll just have to stream without people then. You know, that's kind of the point of the stream. Anyway. So, I thought about plans and, like, I'm not going to stream all round 2 in one setting. In fact, I don't think I'm going to stream very long at all. Because, like, the moment my stream gets interrupted by our cat or my parents, then just my motivation to continue streaming and my thinking process just gets destroyed. And I kind of don't want to have to deal with constant interruptions, and especially the cat. That doesn't look right. Yeah, get debated again. This is Pokatuber Stadium. And, spoilers. Let me show off the Pokatubers. And if you don't want to get spoiled, and if you don't want to be spoiled, then just you can look away. Or not listen. It's like we have these and Patter's icon right there is like, it's not a custom icon, it's like something taken from Pocket Monster Stadium 2, which is this game but Japanese. Good old Worcester with Misty there. What are those two? What are the Garboders icon from? Like, is that an actual custom icon? Don't know who any of those are. Also, I forgot to mention Candy Eevee. Candy Eevee's really good. Watch their stuff. There's Tamahiro. Just a cool trainer named Weedle. Don't know who any of those are. Pikaspray, a channeler? I know 3 of those people. Don't know who any of those are. And Sinister Hooded Figure. Of course, it's Giovanni. Or, sorry, Giovanni. And I don't know who any of those are. And I can't view the rival. But also, like Pokemon Stadium Kaizo, this game does give you rentals to work with. I mean, let's take a look at them. That one's all lowercase. Immediately got Mewtwo. Since they're giving us Mewtwo, you know that this is harder than Pokemon Stadium Kaizo. I mean, look at that. It has, like, awesome moves. Also, it's level 50. Illegal. Boo. They don't have the best moves, though. 3 Vileplumes. Yeah, there's, like, no pre-evolutions. So, like, according to Sinister Hooded Figure, this is his hardest hack yet. So, this is, like, harder than Stadium Kaizo, for crying out loud. And then look at Mewtwo. Anyway, let's get on with the real Pokemon Stadium. Anyway, welcome to round 2. So, anyway, my stream plans, it's like, I'm gonna do the usual amount of this game, except I'm gonna do round 2 in 3 parts instead of 4, because, like, part 1 of round 1 was just 2 cups, and, like, here I can do, like, the whole Gym Leader Castle, and then for the next stream I do either Prime or Poke Cup plus Pika and Petite Cup, And then part 3 is just the cups I didn't pick, basically. I do plan on doing this in reverse order instead. This time going from easiest to hardest. Whereas with round 1, I did hardest to easiest. I don't know if Gym Leader Castle's the easiest, but it's certainly the mode everyone beats with rentals. The moment you have to get to cups, and then it's like, oh my gosh. And, well, so, as for what happened that I took so long of a break, so, first, let me explain this right quick. Like, I decided that, wait. I didn't set up the save properly. Hold on. Problems. Now I have to spend like a good minute just resetting everything up again. Hold on. Is this no? I hope this is the correct one. Okay, that should be good. Let's start it for real this time. So sorry about that. No, not my freaking Pikachu. And anyway, real quick, I adjusted my Pokemon so Charizard doesn't have Smokescreen anymore, it has Leer. I also lowered their DVs to 7 attack and 8 everything else to reflect something average, something casual, see if this is possible on that level. I could give them slightly more DVs because, like, you could just grind out a good Pokemon spread. But anyway, this is what we're going with. Because I thought round 1 was far too easy. I do have the save with everyone at max DVs just in case this goes horribly wrong. I don't know. We'll see. And remember, I have Mewtwo and Mew, just in case. Anyway, so the first Sunday I could have streamed, yeah, that didn't happen. Proof that bug catchers can have more than bugs right here. They have 2 birds and Rattata. Take your notes, everybody. So the 2 weeks I could have streamed, like for the first 2 weeks, like the first Sunday and the second available Sunday, I didn't stream for the same, for similar reasons. And those reasons are, I was too busy organizing my information and stuff on me. Basically, I was asking myself, what kind of information is important to me? What information can stand to be well organized for my leisure and potentially others? For the first week, I got caught up with Final Fantasy information. For the second, I got caught up with Zelda.
What now?
The problem was, like, I didn't know how I wanted my information to be laid out, basically. Which, the same kind of problem can be said about Chow information, really, or when I'm organizing my Pokédex spreadsheet. It's always the template that takes one of the longest times. It's like, making the template itself is like half the project. And then actually working on it is the other half.
What'll it do?
It's like both halves are just stuff I really don't like dealing with. The first being like major brainstorming, which just turns into OCD about perfectionism to me. And then the second half is just tedium.
What now? Oh, the attack missed. Neither one is conceding.
Because there's like so much information and some parts of thinking, and usually it just turns into doing the same thing over and over again.
What's this?
It's not the worst thing though. It's like I do have enjoyment with it. I do, because I learn a lot. And as I work on it, it's giving me the impression that I'm having a wonderful information source ready at hand, and also potentially to share.
Battle rages on. Combatants face each other. Here's a Pokémon chain. Oh, it's
Like I don't have. It's not going to be that much information like Zelda or Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy more so than Zelda, but like neither is going to be like as informative as like what I'm working on for the Pokemon spreadsheet here. For the likes of Final Fantasy, it's like it's really only like bestiary, item checklist, list of items, character attributes, and maybe how the game works. That's kind of really it. So basically, it's like the Pokédex spreadsheet, but like 20% as informative. Or 20% information. Or as much information, sorry. So yeah, definitely not as much information. And also definitely doesn't have as big of a template to set up. But that said, like, setting up a template of how I want for my information is just... yeah, it's like half the project there.
Vigorous attack.
Reminder that I constantly question how I want from my information, what information is important to me. This kind of information, like one of the biggest reasons I want information the way I'm setting it up is like, well,
this battle is still up in the air.
You know, in case I like do LPs or streams, I want to have information ready on me, just in case I can't commit it to memory. And the Pokemon, that's like so much information. And Final Fantasy's like, it's not as much information, but it's still like enough to where I can't memorize all of it. Especially with shit like I can never remember in Final Fantasy like what resists time, mind. It's like some of the elements enemies are weak or resistant to. Some of the statuses you can inflict on enemies. It's like you like only some stuff's obvious, but it's like, how am I supposed to know that so-and-so creature is weak to time? Or weak to paralyze? Like, how am I supposed to know this? What context is provided to tell me, oh, I know this thing's weak to this element. Besides fire, ice, lightning, poison, wind.
Has become one-sided. Ice Beam. That's an effective hit. Oh, is it down and out?
I'll tell you what, Final Fantasy 1 is like,
And there goes the battle.
compared to most early Final Fantasy 1 is like really complicated. Mostly because it rolls from D&D. Get it? Roll. Not only that, but there's just so many stuff that doesn't work. And there's like complicated explanations on why they don't work.
It's the gym's third opponent. The gym leader
It seems like a lot of information to absorb for me that seem important. Whereas, like, the same can't really be said about a lot of other Final Fantasies. It's like, with such as, like, say, 7, really the only information that would stand out to me would be, like, bestiary and materia. Nothing really else is that complicated. And item checklist. Just all the lists. That's it. The mechanics are really that complicated.
What now? A decent hit.
Final Fantasy X is like more complicated, but not nearly as much as Final Fantasy 1.
There's the attack. Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokémon choice. Why? Take him down with one hit.
Well, Final Fantasy 2 is not complicated either, and that's really the extent of the Final Fantasies I played. Well, I've also played Crisis Core, but Crisis Core is not that complicated either.
The remaining Pokémon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided.
With Zelda,
Super effective.
really I'm only really writing out like item checklist, which would be good for like randomizers or perfectionists like me who want to seek out every single treasure chest, wants to do every single side quest, even if it's for something really pointless. Good for randomizers. I'm a real big fan of Brock's team here, because, like, he has Golbat, which is a reference to the anime, except in the anime he had Zubat, and then Ninetales, which is, like, we all know he has the Vulpix. I don't know where the Doug Trio comes from, though. I guess to have something speedy that can have rock and ground-type moves? No, I don't think I can risk leading with Venusaur. That sounds like a death sentence. But yeah, my mind was like too occupied with deciding how I want my information, basically. It really sucked. It really took a huge toll on my mind. 2 weeks in a row. The first for Final Fantasy, the second for Zelda. Also, in it, additionally, videos I want to binge or otherwise watch. It's like, I feel like I can't watch them without working on a similar topic. Or like I need the videos to work on the similar topic. I'm needing one or the other to work on the other. Good.
Neither one is
And also, like,
competing
I have way too much stuff to catch up with
against
for content creators. But at the same time, I have, like, almost nothing to watch to binge while I work on something I actually want to work on.
Oh, it's dog trio.
And there's, like, a lot of videos I'm specifically saving
They go into battle poses.
for when I work on a similar topic as the video I plan to watch.
A savage hit.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of decisions I can make there.
What a
And it
furious
sucks
battle.
what little decisions I'm left with.
Now, here's a Pokémon thing. Oh, it's dog trio.
I seriously have like over 200 videos in my watch later. It's really ridiculous. And most of the videos are like over 2 hours. Some of the videos is just part 1 of a playlist, such as like Chaka Conroy's LPs,
There's a difference in the number of
including
reserved
Xenoblade
Pokémon.
Chronicles. Like, good gosh, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 has like 120 parts, and Chronicles 2 has like
The
250.
remaining Pokémon
I heard
count is 3 to 1.
Chronicles, the Chronicles
The
2
battle has
LP.
become one-sided.
If you watch it without pausing, without any speed modifiers, without sleep, it would still last
With one hit.
5 full days.
That's it. Stay
That's how long it is. So in a way, I'm kind of dreading watching it. I will say this though, the only reason I want to watch Chugga's LP of Xenoblade Chronicles is just for the curiosity of the game at all. But still though, that length of the LP.
Here's the first opponent of this gym series. A decisive victory is expected. Mighty blows in the word go. Taken down on the word go. This is a wild one from the word go. Oh, it's Poliwhirl.
Poliwish.
This is a fight between two different types of Pokemon.
I Poliwish on a Polystar
What now?
for a Polycar.
That is that.
Not that though. Not that it matters because I'm gonna get a critical hit.
Flurry. Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokemon choice. Wow! Taken down with one hit. There's a difference in the number of reserved Pokemon. Oh, it's Diglett. The
Diglish.
remaining Pokemon count is 3 to 1.
Would have been funnier if it was like Dig-ish.
What's that?
That's a freaking lot of HP for a Diglett though. I mean, Diglett has like 10 base HP, doesn't it? So like, at minimum, it would be like
Down.
130 HP.
And there goes the battle.
I think it's 130 HP. So that's plus 77 HP on that Diglett there. My gosh. I mean, everyone in round 2 basically has near max stat experience. Their DVs are still only decent, though. Pidge. Fairy, Doug. Now this is a wide variety team.
How will the gym's second opponent conduct battle? We'll need a strong effort to win. Now.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot my subject there. Like, I see you still have the same strategy as Smokescreen, but anyway.
Accuracy took a hit. The intense battle continues.
The third Sunday,
Harsh blow.
I suddenly, well, actually on Saturday, before the third Sunday, I couldn't sleep. Like, my body just randomly decided, nah, we're gonna shift your bedtime like 6 hours.
Yeah, it's a hit. Oh, is it
So I
down
couldn't
now?
sleep.
What
It
will
sucked.
the next Pokemon be?
Like, even when everything was set up in my favor to sleep, I can't sleep. I'm the type of person that just can't control their sleep.
3-2.
Like, I don't choose to sleep, it happens to me.
They go into
I can only
battle
sleep
mode.
when I'm tired.
Here's a Pokemon chain. Oh, it's Snorlax.
But yeah, I just couldn't sleep, it sucked. I woke up far too late on Sunday to really feel comfortable streaming, and also I was concerned that I had like frickin'
Will this Pokemon swap change the
like
flow of battle?
insomnia or something. I already have enough trouble sleeping as it is. I don't really want it to get any
What's
worse.
that? Accuracy took a hit.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was my body to tell me that its sleep schedule is gonna shift at first. I thought it was like I just couldn't sleep. But no, I can sleep. I did figure it out a few days in. I kept trying to sleep when I intended to, sleep, and I just couldn't. Got really concerned. But then after a few days, it's like, I figured, like, yeah, I can sleep, it's just way later than I want to right now.
They strike fighting poses.
Even before this problem, my sleep schedule's like at a point to where I'm literally only awake at night. I'm literally an owl. There's no daytime for me.
Body slam.
Except when I sleep.
There, it's a hit. Oh, it's down. There's a difference in the number of preserved Pokemon. Oh, it's Pidgeot.
But after a few days, I did figure out that, like, yeah, it's just my body just randomly decided, nah, you're gonna sleep way later now. That's just your bedtime now.
Lightning Sand Attack.
I am getting slightly better at it, slowly. It just feels very weird to me that I'm sleeping at a much later time than I was used to thus far.
They go into battle.
I still wake up at a similar time, and despite this, I'm not really that tired.
Boom.
My voice is kind of getting tired already because, like, it hasn't been exercising much, I guess. I haven't been talking really much. Which brings me to my conclusion.
What now? A decent hit.
Also, wait, is this Pidgeot using Body Slam? Can Pidgeot even learn Body Slam?
And there goes the battle.
I wasn't paying much attention. Good. Trainer before this, Seadra. After, Horsey. Also, didn't we just face a War Turtle in a Poliwhirl?
Here's the third trainer battle with only the gym leader left after this. What kind of battle can we expect to see? They strike fighting poses.
Primer.
Vigorous
Not to be
attack.
confused with Prima,
Severe
who makes some of the guides for games we all know and love.
hit. Pharaoh
They're
on the
not
ground.
the greatest guides out there, but they're not bad. There's definitely better physical guides out there, though.
Oh, it's Alakazam.
I could talk about Prima games or, like, the other
What now?
well-known brand
Will
of
this
guides.
Pokemon swap change the flow of battle?
Not really in the mindset for that, though. Plus, there's no chat to
A psychic blast.
tell me what exists.
Super effective. Oh,
But anyway, my
is it
conclusion,
down and out? What will the next Pokemon be?
So, in addition to because I haven't been streaming lately,
How will
and
the
also
next
because I want to
Pokemon
speed up my gameplay here to get some games over with, because, like, I don't like the idea that I'm streaming Pokemon Yellow Kaizo or White 2 Kaizo once a month. I really don't like that. Like,
A savage hit.
you realize how long Pokemon
Neither
is,
one is conceding an inch.
and given how much content I'm going through per stream, it's like, they're gonna take
There it goes.
more than a year, and I am not ready to do that. I do not want that.
Oh, it's
Like, I
down.
so want to do other stuff.
There's a difference in the number of reserved Pokemon. Oh, it's Wartortle. The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1.
I could recover here, but that would be slow.
What's that? Major damage. Awesome Mega Kick.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the attack missed. The intense battle continues.
Funny.
What's this? The bear hit. Wow! Going down. And there
Anyway, I've been
goes
thinking
the
of, like,
battle.
streaming 2 a week here? Probably not this week. But maybe soon-ish? I can't exactly stream a long time, but I was thinking 2 options here. One is that I do 2 streams a week, which is a lot feasible. A lot more feasible. Who do I want here? I want sleep, I guess. Or I could do, like,
The battle
a 2-chapter
against
stream where I do, like, in this, I do a longer stream, but do 2 games.
Let's see what the
Like maybe
challenger
3
has
hours
in
of
store
Stadium
for
and then
her.
2 hours of Kaizo.
They go go into battle poses.
I could also potentially do both, but that might be way too much on me.
Whoa! Looks like a
Oh my
bad
gosh, that did nothing.
Pokemon choice.
And he's setting up
It's
Reflect.
more resistant to physical blows. What a furious battle!
I'm gonna paralyze you just so you have a chance to not move.
Hit you, Thunder Wave!
Also, you could use Stun Pool on me.
Paralyzed. What now? A decent hit. Neither one is conceding an inch.
I don't really have good choices here.
Now,
I do have an idea, though.
here's a Pokemon thing.
We're in it for the long game here.
Oh, it's Snorlax. What's next? Nail the weak spot.
Ooh.
Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle? It's pumped up its special rating. What's this? There, it's a hit. The intense battle continues.
But anyway, yeah, two streams or
On its status.
2 streams a week or 1 stream a week, but I do 2 games in the same stream. I could also do both, but that might be way too much on me.
Fireworks are flying in this battle. The combatants face each other. The Pokemon returns to its Pokeball.
Switching because you realize that's not going to exactly work for you. Well, if you plan to paralyze me, I'm sleeping.
It's taking a quick rest. How will the swapped Pokemon fight? What'll it do? Yeah, it's a hit.
Or maybe you plan to crit me. That also works.
That's a fleet. What a furious battle. What now? Boom! It woke up. The heated battle rages on. What's next? A decent hit. What's this? That's a good hit. Neither one is conceding an inch. What'll it do? There, it's a hit.
For the time being, though,
What now? Good.
that's what I want to see.
Sparks are flying in this heated match.
I'm going to finish you off. I don't want to risk you recovering.
Body slam. Yeah, it's a hit. Oh, is it down and out? What will the next Pokemon be? Here's a Pokemon chain. This is a fight between 2 different types of Pokemon. What's next? Hit the weak spot.
Right from a Snorlax.
It's paralyzed on the spot.
Yeah, being unable to move hurts, does it?
Battle continues. There it goes. Boom. Oh, it's down. There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's done clear.
You could fissure
The
me.
remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided.
Yep.
Fissure.
What a cheap. What a cheap out. Also, I like how it has 255 HP.
Major damage. What a furious battle.
Desperation of luck is not a good tactic.
Miss the target.
Snorlax can't even fit in the fissure.
Watch the weak spot. Wow! Going down. That's it. Stay clear.
Anyway, as I was saying, like, I'm gonna be, like, it's gonna take a while for me to speed up streams because, like, I'm currently occupied with information sorting and working on the Pokédex spreadsheet. I'm actually working on Generation 2's Navidex. Navidex is basically like encounter charts, item charts, trainer charts. And that's really it. How am I gonna deal with a Slowbro, though? I mean, probably Venus Voice.
Here comes the first opponent. Easy victory should be within reach.
Mm-hmm. Time to razor leaf your shelter ass.
Here's the first move. Mighty blow to the word go.
Wow, that almost killed.
Vigorous attack. The special stat is down.
Venus Voice don't care about that drop.
The intense battle continues.
Venus Voice crits every leaf.
Razor leaf flurry. That one hurt. Oh!
It's not a guaranteed crit. Not in Stadium. In Stadium, the only one who gets guaranteed crits is Persian. Whereas in the Game Boy games, you get a guaranteed crit if you have a base speed of 64 or higher.
Combatants face each other.
Which is why Vileplume in Blue Kaizo doesn't crit all the time. Unfortunate. Not that it needs to, because it has frickin' Petal
What's
Dance.
that? Goodness! What a furious battle!
Chokelore sounds like a sentence.
Powerful strike!
It sounds like a similar thing to Chokma. I'm gonna Chokelore
There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokémon.
Choke.
Oh, it's Koga! The remaining Pokémon count is 3-1.
Psyduck's fast, but is Golduck fast? Yep.
One-sided.
Confusion.
Touch of confusion.
Round 2. Golduck. Confusion.
Go down.
Not even Ice Beam.
Which Pokémon is coming out? Now. Oh, it's Alakazam! The remaining Pokémon stock is 2-1. The combatants are making sparks fly. Severe hit.
Anyway, the Navidex spreadsheet for Gen 2, like, I'm mainly working on it just to attain low-level information, like the lowest possible levels you can get for Pokemon into Gen 1. Most of that information is going to be just breed. You get level 5.
What will it do?
But in case you forbid breeding, there will be information regarding it.
They strike fighting
And there's a handful of Pokemon that are evolved, meaning you can't breed them, that you can get at really low levels. For instance, from what I learned so far, in Gold version specifically, in Mount Moon, you can get a level 10 Sand Slash. In Crystal, you can get a level 6 Raticate. Not that that matters, because you can get level 15 anyway.
Combatants face each other.
No, you're faster than me.
What's this? There,
You don't even do that much damage.
It's restoring HP. The heated battle rages on. It's burrowed underground again. It's restoring HP. Sparks are flying in this heated match. What'll it do? What's the weak spot? There it goes! That's a good hit! It's finally taken down! And there goes the battle! Here's the second adversary. The challenger needs to stay calm to earn victory. They strike fighting poses. Here's the first move. The special stat is down. Vigorous attack. What's the weak spot? Taken down on the word go!
Really?
This is a wild one from the word go. Now. Oh, it's Snorlax! It has to make up for lost ground. It's 2 Pokémon against 3 now. This battle is still up in the air. The combatants face each other. What now? A decent hit. It improved its defense. What a furious battle. They go into battle poses. What's next? There, it's a hit. It's concentrating on its status. Neither one is conceding an inch. What's this? Good hit. Taking a quick rest. The intense battle continues. What'll it do? Yeah,
It's learned. It knows it's gonna take itself out. I had the strategy there. It was really funny.
They strike fighting poses. What now? Oh! It woke up. This matchup has become one-sided. What's next? That's a
Wow,
good
what an
hit.
asshole.
Body slam. There, it's a hit. It's finally taken down.
Like that was actually really smart for an AI.
Oh, it's Porygon. We're evenly matched at 2 Pokemon aside. Neither Pokemon is backing down.
Also, can we point out how in competitive Smogon, like, Porygon is like the counter to Snorlax just because it has Recover
They're
and
staring
it's
each other
immune
down.
to Body Slam's chance to paralyze? And Recover out PP's Body Slam? It's really good. What do you switch into Porygon then? I'm actually genuinely curious what you do in a situation where you have Snorlax against Porygon. Like, if you want to switch Snorlax out, switch Snorlax out, what do you want to switch in to Porygon? Because it's going to have Thunderbolt and Blizzard. I'm actually genuinely curious.
They're staring each other down. Now. What now? The special stat is down. What's next? Nail the weak spot. Oh! Is it down and out? There's only one Pokemon left in reserve. Oh, it's Electric! The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The 10th battle continues. What's this? Good hit! There's the attack! Major damage! The intense battle continues! They go into battle poses. Here's a Pokemon chase. Oh, it's Golem! What'll it do? Oh, the attack missed! Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle? Brilliant Flash! Accuracy took a hit. What now? Miss the target. Neither one is conceding an inch. What's that? Yes, it's working. Earthquake. Super effective. Oh!
I was thinking of using Explosion too. Should have figured it had Flash. Because it can do literally nothing. Because if it explodes, it loses. Even if it KO'd me, it would still lose. Even if Snorlax fainted and KO'd all my Pokemon, he'd still lose because self-destruct clause. I enjoyed that flex though.
It's the gym's third opponent. The gym leader is waiting right after this. Now. Here's the first move. Good hit. Hydro Crunch. Missed the target. The intense battle continues. What now? Nail the weak spot. How's that? Perfect aim. Wow! Take it down with one hit. The next Pokemon is being pressed. Oh, it's Victory Bell. This is a fight between two different types of Pokemon. What's next? Round zero. Oh, is it down and out? Which Pokemon is coming out? Oh, it's Alakazam! The Pokemon are entirely different types. Here's a Pokemon shape. Oh, it's Persian! What's this? The special stat is down. How will this swap affect the outcome? What'll it do? Watch the weak spot. Oh, it's down! There's only one Pokemon left in reserve. We're down to the last Pokemon. The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The tense battle continues. There's the attack. Super effective. What now? Hit the weak spot. What a furious battle. A psychic blast! Wow, that's an effective hit! Wow! Going down! And there goes the battle!
I've always wondered why one of the trainers in Kaizo had a Poliwrath, but Surge? Why do you have Poliwrath? Why do you have Lickitung?
Here he is, Lieutenant Surge, the leader of EvilJim and the commander of Electric Pokémon. The challenger better pick the battle Pokémon with caution. They go into battle poses. Here's the first move. Mighty blow from the word go. What will the trainer do now? Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokémon choice. What a furious battle! Razor Leaf Flurry! That one hurt! Oh! Is it down and out? What will the next Pokémon be? Oh, it's Raichu! This is a fight between two different types of Pokémon. What now? Nail the weak spot. It's Sleep Power. Oh no, it fell asleep. Falling asleep is going to make this a one-sided fight. It woke up. What's that? Hit the weak spot. Neither one is conceding an inch. They strike fighting poses. What's this? A decent hit. What'll it do? Powerful strike. Both Pokémon are exhausted. Body slam! Yeah, it's a hit! Oh! It's down! The next Pokémon is being prepped. Now. Oh, it's Alakazam! How will the type difference affect that? A Psychic Blast! That's a good hit! Oh! Is it down and out? There's only one Pokémon left in reserve. Oh, it's Electabuzz! The remaining Pokémon stock is 2-1. The 10th battle continues. What now? Severe hit! Oh, toxic! It opted to slowly damage the opponent. What a furious battle! What's next? A savage hit!
I really think Toxic is gonna save him, not Thunder Wave.
What's this?
Like, why would you not run Thunder? Oh, what was that Seismic Toss animation?
The intense battle continues! How's that? Boom! Wow! Going down! That's it! Stage clear! Here's the first opponent of this gym series. A decisive victory is expected. Now, here's the first move. Good hit. Hit you, Thunder Wave. Oops, it's paralyzed. The intense battle continues. They go into battle poses. What now? Perfect game. It's paralyzed on the spot. Neither one is conceding an inch. What's next? Super effective. What's this? A decent hit. What a furious battle. What'll it do? There, it's a hit. I see. Boom! Oh! Is it down and out? What will the next Pokémon be? Oh, it's Eradicate! It has to make up for lost ground. How will the type difference affect battle? Super Thing! Yeah, it's a hit! There's the attack! Oh, the attack missed! Fireworks are flying in this battle. How's that? Missed the target. Vigorous attack. Oh, it's another miss! The intense battle continues! Here it comes! Thunder! Wow, that's an effective hit! It's finally taken down! Which Pokémon is coming out? They strike fighting poses. Oh,
and this is why I don't play luck games. I don't play the luck game.
Different types of Pokémon.
This is why I hate taking risks. Because then I lose.
What now?
And then when they do it, it succeeds for them. All the time.
What's that? Severe hit.
And yet, the competitive scene is just not afraid to, like, no, Thunderbolt's not enough. It has to be Thunder. Because of the one Pokemon that doesn't get one shot by Thunderbolt.
What's this? Nail the weak spot.
Still run Thunderbolt though? Like, I'd rather lose because I'm not strong enough than I lose because something missed.
We're down to the last Pokemon.
It's dumber to lose to luck.
Pokemon stock is 2-1.
Induces more toxic and salt.
A psychic blast.
I'm just rambling. But anyway, how long was that mic mute?
Oh, is it down and out?
Like, almost 30 minutes? Maybe not that long, but it still felt like a real long time. I was prepared for this, but not prepared for something that long, though. But it's whatever. Like, this is a chill stream. I'm not really that much of a fan of streams that are just nothing but rambling out what's in their minds. Nothing but constant, I'm gonna do this. What if I do this? Well, what if I do this? Like, it's acceptable, but like... I'm not really that much of a fan. This is a chill stream. It is round 2 after all, it's just more the same, except way harder. This is just asking to get thunderbolted, but then there's a freaking Rhydon over here. All like, nah, I got the lightning rod. But if it's lightning rod, it's its nose, that it's gonna die. Pikachu said so. Yeah, that mic mute was really necessary, as is every other time, but I should have expected this.
They go into battle post. Here's a Pokemon change.
There's that.
Oh, it's Lovra.
There's washing dishes, although washing dishes is appreciated.
What now? Good
It was like 10 minutes of talking to the cat, 10 minutes of washing dishes, 10 minutes of making coffee.
Swap change the flow of battle?
All while the door is wide open.
Combatants face each other. The Pokemon returns to its Pokeball. What's next? The attack wasn't effective. How will the swapped Pokemon fight? They're staring each other down. Oh, there's going to be a change of Pokemon. How will this swap affect the outcome? Now,
Please switch.
another Pokemon change.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about this situation here. Seriously?
There's the attack. A decent hit. Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle? What's this? It didn't do much damage. It's more resistant to physical blows. The intense battle continues.
But yeah, like, I have to deal with
What'll it do?
that. I have to deal with that, like, basically every day. And it's like, it really distracts me how I'm basically forced to listen to a conversation. Like, this house is like, there's very thin walls, so even if the doors are closed, like, I can't not hear conversations. I can't not hear the interactions between my mother and my cat.
What now? Good hit. What a furious battle. Combatants face each other.
It's just like,
It's restoring a
well, cat is like extremely spoiled because of her. And not only is the fact that she's spoiling him annoying me, but the fact that I'm forced to listen to it every day.
It's restoring HP.
I just can't focus. I'm trying to work here. I don't know what to say.
Savage attack. Yeah, it's a hit. The
I apologize if I'm coming off rude in any way.
Now, it's restoring HP.
But just saying.
There's the attack. A decent hit. this heated match. It's restoring HP. What's next? Boom! The intense battle continues.
Anyway, how about this fight here?
What's this?
This is a really good battle, because, like, if I switch to Jolteon, and if I attempt to use Thunder, the AI will just know it and switch to Rhydon.
There, it's a hit. Neither one is conceding an inch.
At least the Starmie doesn't have Recover. Its move is Hydro Pump, Swift, Reflect, and Light Screen.
Special stat is down. What's next? Good hit. What a furious battle. A Psychic Blast. Yeah, it's a hit. It's finally taken down. What will the next Pokémon be? Here's a Pokémon chip. This is a fight between two different types of Pokémon. And there goes the battle!
So that was one heck of a fight. It's also fitting that that conversation happened on the beauty fight of all things. How fitting.
Here's the third trainer battle with only the gym leader left after this. What kind of battle can we expect to see? They strike fighting poses. Here's the first move. A decent hit.
This is gonna take a while.
What will the trainer do now? There, it's a hit. The intense battle continues.
Or you could not do that. You know, that's also a thing. That's also an option.
It's confused.
Please. Hey,
What now?
please, like, work.
Good hit.
Like, Gen 1 confusion's like the worst confusion. I feel like you almost never hit yourself. And it lasts, like, no turns.
What's next? Yeah, it's a hit.
This is gonna have soft boiled, isn't it?
What's this? Boom! What a furious battle!
Can you at least favor trying to kill me and not heal yourself?
What'll it do?
That's better.
The weak. Oh! Is it down and out?
Confusion sucks.
What will the next Pokemon be? Oh, it's Nidoking! It has to make up for lost ground. How will the type difference affect battle? Right! Thunderbolt! Ground shield! Oh! It's down! The next Pokemon is being pressed. They go into battle poses. Oh, it's Dugtrio!
If anything happens to Alakazam, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of our team.
Neither Pokemon is backing
So I'd
down.
rather something happen to Dugtrio first.
There's the attack. Perfect aim. Right, that's third. Whoa, looks like a bad Pokemon.
This is round
goal.
2 after all. You can't exactly one-shot anything anymore.
Power versus power.
Even if everything had max stats and actually good moves.
Super effective. Wow! Going down! There's only one Pokemon left in reserve. Oh, it's Megaton! The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The 10th battle continues. What now? A decent hit! How's that?
I forgot you could get Surf.
The weak spot. And it's down!
First time hearing that.
Both combatants are down to their last Pokemon. Oh,
What I'm really hoping for in round 2 at least is like seeing the stupid Gloom double edge animation. It's so hilarious.
What next? The special stat is down. Supersonic! It's confused! The intense battle continues! The combatants face each other. Whoa!
Oh, come on, not like this. Not like this.
What's this?
You are using special moves, granted. It's not likely you're gonna kill me with just that, but okay.
And the weak spot. Oh! Is it down and out? And there goes
Like, this is Gym Leader Castle. There's no continues. You lose anything, you restart the entire gym over. Have we seen any Vileplumes in round 1? Like, and yet we must have, but has anyone sent them out? Is what I'm asking. That Clefable scares me because, like, I always remember Clefable being really ass to deal with in Pokemon Stadium. They're really bulky. They usually have Thunder Wave, and they learn so many TMs. They have good coverage. They're not that strong, but it's really the Thunder Wave that scares me. I don't want to send in Yeah Boy just for the dugong. Who's my gimme? I guess I'll lead Rhyhorn. It's not like anything resists fire.
The battle against Erika, the Celadon gym leader,
If she leads
and the
Dugong, yeah,
fast
there we go.
Pokemon artist.
Okay.
Smart
Because
strategy
if she
is
led
the key to
Dugong, because
victory.
that would have been a problem.
They go into battle posing. Vigorous attack. Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokemon choice. The special stat is down.
Sigh.
The intense battle continues.
I mean, it's gonna two-shot me with 2 Psychics anyway.
Blaine.
And I can't exactly defeat it with, okay, a crit.
Oh! Is it down and out? What will the next Pokemon be?
But here's the thing, though, my special's dropped.
Oh, it's
And well, she
Dugong.
sent in Dugong anyway, so I have to switch.
How will the type difference affect that?
I'm gonna send in Lapras.
Here's a Pokemon tree.
Now that the Executor is down, like, Alakazam is
Oh, it's Lapras.
free, but I'd rather something happen to Lapras first.
What now?
It's using Surf anyway, so...
The attack wasn't effective. Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle?
Confused, right? Can't go wrong. Right? We're gonna have a body slam match.
A decent hit. Flash up confused ray. It's confused. Neither one is conceding.
You gotta love
in
Dugong's recoil animation.
They strike fighting poses. Whoa,
Oh my
it's
gosh, the
back
opponent
to
attacked
itself.
themselves in confusion. It's real.
What's this? There, it's a hit.
Also, wait, Dugong's faster than me?
What a furious battle.
So it does have something
Go
over
into
Lapras.
battle poses. It shook off its confusion.
Why does confusion suck so much?
What'll it do? Yeah!
Like, it's
a
okay
hit.
to have as, like,
The
if you don't have anything better to do.
continues.
Much like how Charizard has Growl and Leer, in case it has nothing better to do. It can just lower the attack of something, so then something can switch in more safely. Or Leer something, so it has a better shot of
It's
being
confused.
dead to something else physical.
Fireworks are flying in this battle. Combatants face each other. What's that? Boom! What's this? That's a good hit. The heated battle rages on.
I don't know what I was concerned about Lapras versus Dugong.
What'll it do? A decent hit.
Thing that it was faster than me, so it could have horn drilled.
It's still confused. Hey, what's it doing? Down it goes.
Finally, confusion paid
There's a
off.
difference in the
Finally.
number of preserved Pokemon. Oh, it's Vileplume.
Vileplume, my love, my favorite. Okay, not my love.
The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has
I love
become
Vileplume way
one-sided.
too much, though. Ever since Blue Kaizo, but then I saw it in Let's Go.
Super effective.
It's adorable. Have you seen the way it walks?
What now? Pow! That's an effective
Like, it has a
hit.
cute face, it walks really
Neither one is
Like it's on a
succeeding at
leisurely, cute little stroll, like it's a baby Pokemon, like it's all really happy. It dances in Pokemon Snap.
Oh! Is it down and out? That's it! Stay clear!
Something I don't understand though is it's just like Oddish has a similar face, and then Gloom has like a really drooling face, and then Vileplume has like the same face as Oddish again. Do you have... Yeah, you have Psychic. Honestly, I can't see Snorlax doing... Like, I barely use Snorlax, honestly. It's a good backup, but, like, here, what do I use it for? Well, Alakazam. Challenge Run. I mean, I pretty much need speed with Earthquake here. Slowbro. Mr. and I'm. Good names. What do I even do for this? Like, this is really bad. Well, with Earthquake, I'm only afraid of the Slowbro. And for Slowbro, I need Yeah Boy.
Here comes the first opponent.
But will Substitute crash the emulator?
Now. Vigorous attack. Severe hit. It created a substitute.
Oh, it didn't crash. Yay.
Furious battle.
Well, but effectively, it could have just attacked and the results would have been the same.
Disappear.
Unless it plans to recover.
It's restoring HP.
That is a good tactic.
Neither one
If only
is succeeding an inch.
if only it would have lived.
There it goes. Hit the
So
weak
who's
one.
messaging me?
Oh, is it down and out? What will the next Pokemon be?
When did I drop 10 frames? I did notice that, but where did I drop 10 frames?
How will the type difference?
Oh well, it doesn't matter because, you know, 10 frames. Oh boy. Wait, does Dugtrio even learn Fissure naturally? I actually don't know.
They're staring each other down.
Please tell me you're gonna use Surf, because you see a kill.
Here's a Pokemon.
If you use Amnesia, we have a problem.
Oh, it's Jolteon.
We can't be dealing with Toby, bro. You know, Mimic.
It's mimicking the
Oh boy,
opponent.
double kick.
Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle? There's the attack. Perfect game.
I'm certainly having a lot better luck with Thunder than
Goodness.
when I was a young Bab and really most people.
Continues. Here it comes. Thunder. Super effective. Oh, it's down. There's a difference in the number of
Also, considering that I'm
Pokemon.
against a Slowbro, because I seem to recall
It's Mr. Mime.
anytime really anybody attempts to use Thunder against specifically Slowbro, it will usually miss. And at least 5 times. It's just a given.
It's mimicking the opponent.
Perhaps a specific Slowbro. Like, what was that Slowbro again? Broenza, yeah. Broenza is the Slowbro that matters.
Going down. And there goes the battle.
Up, Chatma. Sniper. That looks similar to Sniper. Thirsty. Boy, I'm thirsty right now. Thank you for the reminder, Scyther. Oh, hello. You missed basically half of Gym Leader Castle. Wait, no. I'm anticipating Persian has Bubble Beam. So no, Regisoccer. No Regisoccer.
Here's the second adversary.
Also, it's round 2.
The challenger needs to stay calm to earn victory.
If you're new to this, like, this is basically, I'm playing Pokemon Stadium, but I'm only allowed to use level up moves, shown here. Lapras learns really good moves on level up. So does pretty much everything else on my team. And those are the only Pokemon that gets good moves.
Mighty blows and the word go. The intense battle continues.
Like, good gosh, they really did not care for the majority of the Pokemon.
Hydro Pump. Nail the weak spot. Oh, is it down and out? The next Pokemon is being pressed. Oh, it's Victory Bell.
Hey, can you do me a favor real quick?
How will the
like,
type difference
what?
affect that?
Like, what HP DV does my Lapras have? Assume max stat experience.
Face each other.
I want to make sure it has,
Razor Leaf
8 DVs, not 15.
Whoa, looks like a bad Pokemon choice. Neither one is conceding an inch. How's that? Round 0. Oh, it's down.
Because so far I'm finding things to be
What will the next Pokemon
just a little
be?
too easy right now.
They go into
I don't recall
battle.
Alakazam being below 300 HP before, though.
Alakazam! The Pokemon are entirely different types. A Psychic Blast! Super effective! Wow! Going down! There's There's only one Pokemon.
Yeah, because I'm only using level up moves, most Pokemon are one note.
Oh, it's Kingler.
They have the one good stab move and like maybe like a 50 base power move, if anything. And otherwise they have like garbage. Like Leer,
What now?
Growl, Sand Attack. I mean, Sand Attack's good.
Whoa! What's the weak spot? The intense battle continues.
Let me check while he's psychicking real quick.
What's that?
Calculator.
That's a good hit. Oh! Is it down and out? And there
RBY,
goes the battle.
Exam. We have 7. We have 1. Okay, Alakazam does have 8 HP DVs, okay. I was concerned that my Pokemon still had max stats. Because I actually didn't want my Pokemon to have max DVs. Because I want to reflect something more casual. Like something anybody could get. So if it's possible that I can get through this with average DVs, then so should anybody. Jing X. What do I do against the Jinx? I Earthquake, it doesn't die, it uses Ice Beam and kills me. And if I use anything else, I'm likely to get put to sleep. I guess just pray.
It's the gym's third opponent. The gym leader is waiting right after this. Now,
Well, let's spam our win button here.
here's the
The
first
tried and
move.
true Psychic against everything in sight.
Advantage hit.
Even against other Psychic types, because Psychic's that good of a move.
What will the trainer do now? Hit the weak spot. What a furious battle.
Please tell me this is not a range.
What now? Major damage. Oh, is it down and out? What will the next Pokemon be? Oh, it's Ditto. It has to make up for lost ground. How will the type difference
No, don't do that.
They're staring each other down. Here's a Pokemon change. Oh, it's Jolteon! Wow, it transformed! How
Wow, that's
will
a
this
bright yellow
affect
Jolteon.
the outcome?
Perhaps I'm used to Yeah Boy here.
They go into battle poses. Another Pokemon change. Oh, it's Dugtrio. Hit you, Thunder Wave. The move failed to click. Will this Pokemon swap change the flow
I can
of
hear the
battle?
announcer clearly, and I still don't know what he's saying there. The move failed to applick, the move failed to click, the move failed to flinch.
Earthquake. Super effective.
I wonder what's worse. I wonder what's a worse Ditto to fight. One with 1 base speed or one with 255 base speed? In Gen 1, that actually matters. Because what it transforms into does not affect its crit rate. Ditto's crit rate is based on Ditto, not the thing it transforms into. Because I was thinking, like, in one of the hacks I probably never make, Ditto's base stats are 255 HP, 1 attack, 255 defense, 255 special, and 1 speed. It will take a turn to transform, but while you're hitting in the meantime, it takes no damage.
The battle has become one-sided.
However, if I gave it 255 speed, then that means whatever it transforms into will have a ridiculous crit rate.
There goes the battle!
Why do you have Tangela? The fights are proving to be really scary now. I think even with more DBs, I'd still be terrified of the teams here, because my gosh, they're getting like really bad. Tangela can Sleep Powder stuns for me.
Here's the first move. The savage hit. A stun spore.
Well, I'd rather stun spore than Sleep Powder.
Move failed to click. What a furious battle. They go into battle post.
Crit, please.
What now? Harsh blow.
Miss, please.
What's that? Oops, it's paralyzed. Neither one is conceding an inch.
Really? With Tangela of all Pokemon.
A psychic flash. Boom! Oh! Is it down and out?
Times like this
The
make me
next
realize how
Pokemon is being pressed.
much of an annoyance Alakazam is with like Psycho Shift and Synchronize. Because like if you paralyze it, it synchronizes the paralysis onto whatever paralyzed it, and if Alakazam manages to get a KO, it could just Psycho Shift its paralysis to something new.
There's the attack. Severe hit.
No, not like this, not like this.
The intense battle continues. Now, it can't make a move. It's restoring HP. Fireworks are flying in this battle.
Hyper Beam again, please.
Here's a Pokemon thing.
I realized that using Recover instead of Psychic there was a good idea, because that would bait you into using Hyper Beam. Now please hit!
The attack wasn't effective. How will this swap affect the the outcome.
Ooh, slower than muck.
And make a move.
What a shame.
Earthquake. Super effective. What a furious battle. Oh, toxic.
Toxic is not good. Stop acting like it is.
The opponent. How's that? That's the weak spot. Oh, it's down. There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokémon. Oh, it's Venomous.
And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Mega Drain me?
The battle has become one-sided. What now?
Switching would be pointless because, like, it's your last Pokemon.
Vigorous attack. A savage hit. It's a head-on collision.
I probably should have used Explosion there, but whatever.
What's that? Wow, that's an effective
Probably shouldn't have Toxic'd me. That way you would have healed more. Just a little bit.
What will the next Pokemon be?
Even 1 HP can make a huge difference, don't you know?
Oh, it's Rockruff. The remaining Pokemon
Not risking Hydro Pump. I hate I hate relying on luck.
Special stat is down.
I hate that even more though. Because when they play with luck, they get it all the time.
A decent hit. This matchup has become one-sided.
I am... It's gonna Mega Drain all that health back, more than I can dish out. So no thanks. Knew it.
What's this?
Frickin' knew it.
There, it's a hit.
Let's also not forget it could
Will
potentially
this
have
Pokemon swap
Sun
change
Spore or
the
something.
flow of battle? Combatants face each other. There's the attack. The bear hit.
Oh, I see. You closed the kitchen door, but not the bathroom door. I see how it is.
Oh, it's down. That's it. Stay clear.
I've even talked to them, like, even with their door closed, I can still hear their conversations. So, the double layer door closed is, like, necessary for me to block out that. There was another interruption, but it wasn't bad, because the door was actually closed and business was done. And things were kept quiet until they had to go back. That is, yeah. Just so I don't have to post commentate. There was another interruption earlier that, after it was done, I kind of made rude remarks of. The interruption in question was just our cat, and then just interactions with the cat, talking to the cat, responding to every meow, asking him they want their food constantly, and overloving him, spoiling him. Our cat is really spoiled. Hang on. Speaking of... Yeah, cat! But yeah, just... The cat's really annoying. the over-loving him is annoying. Being forced to listen to it is annoying. And just, it breaks my concentration and motivation to really do anything, really. And that's all I'll leave it at. Okay, good. No names were misspelled here this time.
Here's the first opponent.
Gosh, I've been live for 2 hours?
A
Jeez.
decisive victory is expected. They strike
This is gonna take a long time, isn't it?
Here's the first move.
I mean, Gym Leader Castle is gonna take longer than 4 divisions of Poke Cup or Prime Cup, because every trainer's threatening.
What a furious
Whereas with Poke Cup and Prime Cup, only the back half is any threat.
What now? Boom!
Like, most of the trainers are a joke.
Is it down and out? What will the next Pokemon be? Oh, it's Aerodactyl! It has to make up for lost ground. How will the type difference affect that? It flew up into the sky!
Haha.
It's restoring HP! Neither one is conceding an inch. Now,
This is gonna take a while to take down.
what's that?
And it missed good.
It's the target. It's restoring HP. The intense battle continues. It's building energy for the next attack.
Oh, going for that now, are we?
It's more resistant to physical blows.
Although that is
Fireworks
scary.
are flying in this battle. They go into battle.
I'm gonna get crit and I'm gonna get one shot. I'd rather,
Oh, it's
yeah boy, take it. It's gonna resist it.
What's this? The attack wasn't effective.
Still did so much
Will
damage.
this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle? They strike fighting poses.
Okay, good, I'm still faster. Jolteon and Aerodactyl are tied for base speed.
There's the attack. Severe hit. What a furious battle.
Come on, don't be a Broenza. Don't be a Broenza.
Super effective. Wow, taken down with one hit. There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's Dugong. The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. Whoa! Oops, that's a miss. Body slam. That's a good hit. Oh! Is it down and out? What will the next Pokemon be?
I could send in Lapras for shits and giggles, but
Here's
nah.
a Pokemon trade.
Let's just get the job done quicker.
The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The combatants are making
Stream's kind of long enough as it is. Let's not dilly-dally here.
A decent hit.
And also, as I've said before, I'm not liking how long these games are taking.
Vigorous attack.
Especially Yellow Kaizo and Kaizo White 2. Like, again, it's Pokemon. Even if you any percent, it takes so long. If you're only doing 2 to 3 hour streams.
What now? Good hit.
Especially if the Pokemon games are going to be like super duper difficult and everything hates you, makes your day miserable.
A psychic blast.
I'll tell you what, Yellow Kaizo is like,
Oh, it's down.
so far it's worse than Blue Kaizo. A lot worse. Not just difficulty, but just design-wise, it's just so bad. Misty is borderline impossible. Even if you have nothing but electric types, or nothing but super effective stuff, you still can't win against her. Like, you don't even get Raichu. You don't get Thunderstones, you don't get Leaf Stones anymore. Best you got is Weepinbell, Gloom, Ivysaur, Magnemite, Voltorb, and Pikachu. What are you supposed to do against Misty? On top of that, nothing gets moves. And I'll show you when I go back to Yellow Kaizo.
How will the gym's second opponent conduct battle? We'll need a strong effort to win. They go into battle host. Earthquake. Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokemon choice. It's burrowed underground.
If only this was Gen 2 and above, Earthquake would work.
Continue.
I'm gonna put myself in a better possession
They
without
strike
Ram here.
fighting poses. Here's a Pokemon thing. Oh, it's Alakazam! What now? Major damage! How will this...
It's probably not a better position, but he'd be dumb if he picked Arcanine and Rapidash.
Boom! Oh! Is it down and out? The next Pokemon is being pressed. Oh, it's Rapidash!
So he is dumb.
How will the type difference affect that? Combatants face each other. What's this? A savage hit!
That did exactly half.
Whoa! Horn drill! That had no effect. Both
Are we
Pokemon
speed tied or
appear
something?
equally
Like,
fit.
why did he go for Horn Drill there?
What'll it do? Special stat is down. What now? Oh, the attack missed! What a furious battle!
I'm gonna flex. You have no power here.
HP. What's that? It's a light hit. There's a big difference in HP. The attack is still
In that last 5 turns, just to make things take longer.
a minor hit. This matchup has become one-sided.
For whom, though?
A psychic
Well, gasp,
blast.
it's me.
Oh, it's down. There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's Ninetales.
Wow, you really are a fool.
The battle has become one-sided. What's this? What's the weak spot? It's biding its time.
Bide.
The intense battle continues. There it goes. There, it's a hit. Oh, is it down and out? And there goes the
Speaking of Bide, like, for my Navidex gathering info, I was doing a playthrough of Blue, where, like, I literally only used Mew. Mew was my fighter and my HM slave. Literally only Mew. What's interesting about this is because Oak doesn't rate your dex until, like, Oak is weird in Red, Blue, Yellow, like, it's like, if you have one caught in the dex, he won't rate your dex. If you fight the rival on Route 22 and still have one in the dex, and you don't already have Pokeballs, Oak will just give you Pokeballs. He'll be like, you can't just attain data on Pokemon by seeing them, you have to catch them. And then after that, he will rate your dex.
What now?
But if you have Pokeballs, then Oak will basically be stuck saying, Pokemon around the world wait for you. Or something like that. No, it's like, if you have Pokeballs, he'll say, come see me sometimes. I want to see how your Pokedex is doing.
Oh, is it down and out?
Whereas if before you fight the rival, he'll say, Pokemon around the world wait for you. But either way, he won't rate your dex. So I was thinking, what if he got to the Hall of Fame, and he has to rate your dex, when you still have one? Nothing. Because it uses the Oak's PC routine. If you use the Oak's PC routine, he does rate your dex like normal. And his rating is just, look for Pokemon grassy areas, dipshit.
The intense battle continues. There it goes. Perfect game.
I also wanted to see how, if there was, like, any check for, like, when he'll stop giving you the Pokeballs, and there isn't. It's just, once he gives you the balls, he won't anymore, or if he caught two in the dex, then he won't ever give you the Pokeballs. And then he'll rate your dex like normal.
Vigorous attack.
The funny thing about this is, like, if you never fight the Route 22 rival, once you get the Boulder Badge, he's gone. So you can't fight him. And if this happens, Oak will never be able to rate your dex, no matter how many times you talk to him, even without Pokeballs. Until you catch something else. But anyway, my playthrough, like, Mew solo, I'll show it after the stream's over. Like, my playtime and all. And what my Mew stats are like. You can also do this with Krabby or Kingler, because they can also learn Surf, Strength, and Cut. Oh my gosh, she has a Snorlax. Oh, this doesn't look good. This might be the wall here.
answer faces Sabrina.
Yeah, like, during the playthrough, I fought every trainer and collected every item. So Mew ended up becoming rather really strong. Unfortunately, not as strong as you might think. Okay.
Major damage. Wow, going down.
And I don't get to set up amnesia.
This is a wild one from the word go. Oh, it's Alakazam. It has to make up for lost ground. How will the type difference affect that? What now? There, it's a hit. Oh,
Okay, just
is it
2 on
down
2.
and out?
Don't even get to say matter.
The next Pokemon is being pressed. They strike fighting poses. Oh, it's Dugtrio! The Pokemon are entirely different types. There's the attack. The bear hit. What's that?
My Mew's final moveset ended up being like
This battle is
Psychic
right
and then the
back
3
and
HMs.
forth.
I did use a couple TMs, namely just Bubble Beam, just to give it some freaking coverage.
A savage hit. Oh, it's down.
I think Dig or Earthquake. But yeah, its final move, it only had one good move. I mean, it had Psychic and the 3 HMs, that's what's final moveset.
Oh, it's Hypno.
I'll tell you what, it got a lot of stat experience, and experience in general.
The 10th battle continues. What's this?
It makes a good investment for maxing out your Pokemon. You could like do a solo of each Pokemon and like have a collection of things with max stat experience.
That's a good hit. Wow.
It's a rather good investment.
Going down.
Provided you use
The
vitamins.
Combatants are down to their last Pokemon. Oh, it's Lumber. There's just one Pokemon aside now. The battle is coming right down to the wire.
Really? I wonder if that was going to make a difference. It does have Mega Kick though.
A decent hit. The intense battle continues.
It looks like Hydro Pump could kill there at the range, but I don't know.
What now? Oh, the attack.
That probably costed it the fight.
Ice Beam. There, it's a hit. What a furious battle.
And Body Slam for Flex.
They strike fighting poses. What's that? Yeah, it's a
Looks
hit.
like it didn't matter.
Body slam. Boom. Oh, is it down and out? That's it. Stay clear.
Finally at Blaine. Blaine is known to be the biggest wall. Mainly thanks to that freaking Psychic. Not even Blaine himself.
the first opponent. An easy victory should be within reach.
This is a little scary how long this is taking. Gotta say, like, I did look at Worcester's round 2 speed, beat the game speed run, round 1, round 2, and his round 2 run of this is like 14 hours. Yikes. With round 1 being 6.
It's getting pumped up. What a
That's how
furious
much
battle.
longer the battles take. In addition to more resets.
A psychic blast. There, it's a hit.
Let's also not forget I'm giving myself an even greater handicap by lowering my Pokemon stats a little bit. They went from perfect 15s to straight 8s, with attack being 7. Or 1, depending on the Pokemon, such as Alakazam here. Alakazam doesn't need physical attack at all.
What now?
It's 1 and not 0 because if the DVs are odd, then that contributes to HP,
Getting pumped up.
with attack contributing the most.
Exceeding an inch. What's that? That's a good hit. Oh, it's down. There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokémon. Oh, it's priming. The remaining Pokémon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. There it goes. Perfect game. Down! That didn't take much! And there goes the battle!
So they did switch Nerd and Psychic. Okay.
Here's the second adversary. The challenger needs to stay calm to earn victory. Now, it's more resistant to physical blows.
Oh, you're not gonna explode, huh?
A decent hit. What a furious battle. The combatants face each other. What now? A savage hit.
Now you will.
A massive explosion. Severe hit. Wow.
Because it kills, of course.
Oh, it's down.
Let's see, 340 versus 200. Okay, of course.
Down. They're both down. What will the next Pokemon be?
But wait a minute. Like, no, like 150 versus. Oh, okay, that's more than twice. Okay.
Oh, it's Snorlax. Oh, it's Muk. How will the type difference affect that?
Straight to it.
Wow! It exploded! Major damage! Wow! Going down! There's only one Pokemon left in reserve. Oh, it's Electric! The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The 10th battle continues. They go into battle poses. What's next? There, it's a hit.
Haha.
It's taking a quick rest. The intense battle continues. They strike fighting poses. Here's a Pokémon chain. Oh, it's stolen! What's this?
I'm not gonna flex this time. I know better.
Will this Pokémon swap change the flow of battle? Oh, a horrible freak! Its defense is down. Earthquake! Perfect game! Neither one is conceding an inch. What'll it do? The state of change works. There it goes. Super effective. Oh, is it down and out? And there goes the battle.
Oh boy, there's Broenza. Run's dead. At least I have Snorlax this time.
It's the gym's third opponent. The gym leader is waiting right after this.
He's leading with it.
Now,
It's gonna use Amnesia. I know it. I know it has Amnesia. I'm faster than
pumped up
it.
its special rating. It pumped up its special rating. Are they testing each other's strength? They strike fighting poses. What now? Good hit.
Looks like a good 4-shot.
What's next?
At least crits me nothing.
A decent hit.
And if it special drops me, then it doesn't even do that much
Combatants
for it.
face each other. What's this? There, it's a hit. What'll it do? The special stat is down. The intense battle continues. They're staring each other down. The trainer hasn't issued an order. What's the matter, trainer? The trainer hasn't issued an order. They go into battle poses. What now? Yeah, it's a hit! What's next? What's the weak spot? Neither one is conceding an inch. Body slam! Boom! Oh! Is it down and out? What will the next Pokémon be? Oh, it's Poliwrath! It has to make up for lost ground. This is a fight between two different types of Pokémon. A Psychic Blast! That's a good hit! Oh! It's down! Which Pokémon is coming out? Now. Oh, it's Jolteon! How will the type difference affect battle? There's the attack! Super effective! Wow! Take it down with
Interruption number 3. And this time, trying to talk to me.
There's only one Pokémon left in reserve.
You know, during a stream.
Oh, it's Starmie.
With a clear microphone right here.
The tense battle continues.
I was being talked to about, like, if I was being talked to if, like, I was interested in the copy of games I had, and, like, being offered some copies of games that I already have, or probably wouldn't play. I just didn't have the time for this, because, like, you know, I'm streaming.
What now? There, it's a hit. What a furious battle!
The last two interruptions were like, whatever. But this one was like, come on, I'm streaming. I can't have a conversation during a stream. I have like 3 Switch games, but I don't have a Switch. I was being talked about if I still wanted them, despite not having a Switch. They were kind of given to me for free anyway, but still though. And I was being brought a couple of DS games, which I already have. Specifically Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I probably don't have Soul Silver. I have Heart Gold though. But in any case, I didn't have the time for it. Why does every gym leader have Tangela? And why do you have Parasect?
This is it, the showdown against Blaine. The leader of Cinnabar Gym is a fire Pokémon technician. Treat him lightly and you'll get burned.
75% accuracy, let's go.
Miss the target.
Just as planned.
Hydro Pump. Whoa, looks like a bad Pokémon sword. Taking down on the word go. This is a
yes, the ultimate fire move. Fire Spin.
Oh,
wasn't there like a thread somewhere on the internet that was like listing a Pokemon's quote-unquote ultimate move, which was like just the last move it gets on the learn set?
This Pokemon looks wrong.
So like some stuff would be like Fire Spin, or like Leer.
What a furious battle! They go into battle posing. What now? Perfect aim!
I think Mewtwo's is Amnesia. I mean, to be fair, it truly is the ultimate move. Next to Psychic.
Down and out? There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's Charizard! The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. What's next? Hit the weak spot. There it goes. Oops, that's a miss. Neither one.
I mean, it probably would have lived that anyway, but
What's this?
I keep forgetting that Ice Beam is also super effective because fire doesn't resist ice.
What will it do? Super effective.
Yeah,
The
that would kill.
intense battle continues. What now? Powerful strike. How's that? That one hurt. Oh, it's down. That's it. Stay clear.
At least the risks I'm taking didn't make a difference in the long run. But next time something like that comes up, I have to use Ice Beam. I gotta train myself. If Ice Beam and Hydro Pump are the same type effectiveness, use Ice Beam, please. Hydro Pump can miss, and it will miss when that matters. I'm noticing Golem's a lot more useful than, like, Charizard. What, no, Moltres?
Here's the first opponent of this gym series. A decisive victory is expected.
Only 2.5 hours? Well, okay, that's not as long as I thought.
They strike
I am expecting
fighting
3 hours in Genleer Castle.
Here's the first move. The savage
I also
hit.
wanted to do Kids Club after this, and try to unlock Hyper.
Vigorous attack. Severe hit. What a furious battle.
Because it's not as cold anymore. And I was convinced it can be
What
done.
now? That's a good hit. Oh, is it down and out? What will the next Pokemon be? Oh, it's Dodrio. It has to make up for lost ground. How will the type difference affect that? What's next? Harsh blow. Drill test. Major damage. Oh, it's down. Which Pokemon is coming out? Down. Oh, it's Golem! The Pokemon are entirely different types. The combatants face each other. What's this? The attack wasn't effective. Rock throw. Oh, the attack missed. The intense battle continues. It can't make a move. How's that? Perfect game. Wow! Going down. There's only one Pokemon left in reserve. Oh, it's Golbat. The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The tense battle continues. What'll it do? Wow, that's an effective hit. There's the attack. Oops, that's a miss. What a furious battle. What now? Ground zero. Oh, is it down and out?
Groundzilla or Ground Zero?
Both combatants are down to their last Pokémon. Oh, it's Snorlax. There's just one Pokémon aside now. The battle is coming right down to the wire. Flash up confused. It's confused.
It's the first fight, but come on, are we really gonna lose to a rocket grunt?
It attacked itself. Neither one is conceding an inch.
That's like the one trainer you're like. The evil team is like the one trainer class you're not allowed to lose to because they're so pathetic.
Vigorous attack.
Unless it's the
A
admin
decent hit.
or boss,
Fireworks are flying
then it's
in this
okay.
battle.
Unless it's the final battle, of which if you lose the climax battle, you get a game over.
What's this?
I was convinced as a child that that was a thing, where it's like,
It
in,
shook off its
with
confusion.
Getsis, for instance, if you lost to him, then you just lose. You just lose the game. All your Pokemon are released. Getsis wins.
There goes the battle.
If you lost to... For some reason, though, I didn't feel as much of that when fighting, like, Cyrus or, like, Maxie, Archie, or Giovanni. I did, however, was, like, when I was playing Fire Red for the very first time, playing Pokemon for the first time ever, I was told that in order to get to that cave in Cerulean that the guy's blocking, like, in order to get him out of the way, you had to beat the game without ever losing. So to prevent this, just save before every trainer. Every boss trainer. So that way it won't remember the fact that you lost. And then I did that, and then it wasn't enough. I was lied to. I didn't get to Cerulean Cave for a long, long time. Like, in my first playthrough, I got to the Sevi Islands, didn't know what to do because I didn't understand Braille, and then I reset my whole game because there was nothing left to do. I did investigate the trainer tower though, and it was kind of bullshit. In my second time playing, I did figure out the Braille, though, because I actually had a dictionary that explained Braille. And then interpreted the message as cut. I used cut. Oh!
How will the gym's second opponent conduct battle? We'll need a strong effort to win. They strike fighting poses. Oh, an abrupt Pokémon change. Oh, it's Magneton. Here's the first move.
Magneton has, like, surprisingly high special. It's a little scary.
Furious battle.
Too bad it still sucks.
What now? And the weak spot. Oh, is it down and out? The next Pokémon is being pressed. Oh, it's Kabuto. This is a fight between two different types of Pokémon. What's next? A Savage hit! What's this? What's the weak spot? It's the head-on collision. Power versus power. What'll it do? Harsh blow. Oh, it's down. There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokémon. We're down to the last Pokémon. The remaining Pokémon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. A psychic blast! That's the weak spot. Why? Taken down with one hit! And there goes the battle!
Still have Zapdos, I see. Where was Moltres? Why didn't Blaine have Moltres? That pincer is scary though, because like that pincer was extremely annoying to Worcester. It actually binded him to death. Like, I think from full to 0, no joke. It hit every single bind. You paralyzed me, but I can't paralyze you. I see how it is.
What a furious battle!
The electric types are immune to paralysis.
What now? There, it's a hit.
Must whine about everything, cause like I'm used to newer gens. I'm not actually used to newer gens.
Neither one is conceding an inch.
My generation of choice is really Gen 3 and 4.
Nail the weak spot. Oh,
5 just happens to slot in really similarly to 4.
What will the next Pokémon be?
It's always the Clefable.
Oh, it's Snorlax! It's 2 Pokémon against 3 now. This battle is still up in the air.
Clefable's gonna be scary with Amnesia, because you can breed a Cleffa with Amnesia.
It's pumped up in special rating. The intense battle continues.
Yeah, what are you gonna do now?
What'll it
Oh,
do?
what? Psychic? Oh, too bad. I'm setting up another Amnesia. Have fun.
It still won't attack. Fireworks are flying in this battle.
How about a Harden?
What now? What's the weak spot? It's concentrating on its status. The heated battle rages on. What's next? Boom!
I can play this game too.
It's taking a quick rest.
I can play it this way too.
Sparks are flying in this heated match.
I taught it Amnesia and Harden for a reason.
What's this?
I mean, it doesn't get much better moves, but... Doesn't it get Headbutt though? Like, Body Slam plus Headbutt's good.
What a furious battle.
Also, you have Body Slam, don't you?
The special stat is down.
I mean, it wouldn't paralyze me.
It
I'm not
won't
sure if
out.
Stadium fixed that. I think
Neither
Stadium
one
doesn't
is
fix that.
conceding an inch.
So I think I'm still good against Body Slam. I guess that's why it's not using
What
Body
now?
Slam. It really wants to lower my special. Good thing I used Amnesia twice.
What's that? A decent hit. There's a big difference in HP.
a big fat difference.
What's this? There, it's a hit. Body slam. Nail the weak spot. It's finally taken down. What will the next Pokémon be? Oh, it's Pincer.
Oh boy, Pin Store. Is it gonna bind me to death? Well, guess what? You're a bug type, not a normal type.
What'll it do? A light hit.
Okay, let's count.
It can't make a move. The intense battle continues.
1,
The attack is still continuing.
2. This one doesn't accuracy. I'm gonna count how many times it hits through the accuracy check separately.
Flying in this battle. What now? What's the weak?
But why though?
What's that? Goodness! The heated battle rages on. What's this? Yeah, it's a hit. It's paralyzed on the spot. Neither one is conceding an inch. How's that? Boom! Oh! Is it down and out? There's only one Pokémon left in reserve. Oh, it's Pikachu!
You're gonna rat
The main
me.
Pokémon stock is 2-1. The 10th battle.
I think I can do one safe move? Or not.
What'll it do?
1.
It's a light hit. It can't make a move. What a furious battle. The attack's still going on. A minor hit. Sparks are flying in this heated match. The attack is still continuing. A light hit. The intense battle continues. The attack's still going on. There's a little damage. Fireworks are flying in this battle.
2.
What now? Here's a light shot. It can't move again. The heated battle rages on. They strike fighting poses. The attack is still continuing. It's a light hit. Neither one is conceding an inch. The attack's still going on. A minor hit. What a furious battle. What's that?
It's aiming for a crit.
A decent hit.
Well, guess what?
It's taking
Have fun.
a quick rest.
If Snorlax faints, I lose.
Sparks are flying in this heated match.
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
freak. Its defense is down. It's fast asleep. The intense battle continues. What's this? Yes, it's working. It woke up. Fireworks are flying in this battle.
I have to try to body slam it. If it misses wrap.
What'll it do? Miss the
Aha!
target. What now? A savage hit. The heated battle rages on. What's that? Severe hit.
This is quite amusing.
There's the attack. There, it's a hit. There's a big difference in HP. There it goes. That's a good hit. It's finally taken down. And there goes the battle.
That wasn't even Giovanni. Keep in mind, that was just the cool trainer. There's Moltres. Why do you have Moltres? What a team. Fortunately, Regisoccer seems good. Good for this. Provided I don't get surfed. Okay, yeah, boy's out of the question. Earthquake's only good against the Niddos and Gengar. And it probably dies to a special move. Like, Earthquake's frail. Regisoccer has the defense. And is good against... definitely good against Moltres. I gotta use Regisoccer instead of Yeah Boy for the Moltres. Trade's good in general. Just gotta watch out for the Gengar in its sleep. So I'm thinking Alakazam, I think Trade, Reggie, and Pokemon Sleep. Problem is, who do I lead with? I can't one-shot anything. I'm just afraid of the Gengar. Or Rogue Crit from the frickin' Tauros. Seems like rock, paper, scissors to me. I think I definitely do not want to lead with Pokemon Sleep, though. I'll go Regisoccer. If I want to be put to sleep, if I want to be put to sleep, I'd rather it be Golem.
The dawn of ground Pokémon. The challenger has to work hard for the win.
Tauros could have Surf or Blizzard. Oh boy.
Ah! Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokémon choice. What will the trainer do now? Severe hit.
That did nothing.
What a furious battle.
Should have exploded.
Earthquake.
Please survive.
Super effective.
Nope.
Oh,
At least I know what to do for Tauros in this event now.
What will the next Pokémon be?
Could put in Pokemon Sleep, but it's frickin' Tauros. It's a crit
Oh,
machine.
it's Alakazam. How will the type difference affect battle? They go into battle posing. It's more resistant to physical blows.
It's going for Earthquake instead of like Body Slam or something,
Goodness!
which is good.
The intense battle continues. What's next? What's the weak spot? Oh! It's
Tauros was my biggest concern. Gengar is the next one.
The next Pokemon is being prepped.
In the event that I use Trade Lumafo.
Oh, it's Persian.
Okay, so Reflect means nothing for Persian.
The Pokemon are entirely
So I gotta
different
take this
types.
thing out fast.
What's this? Heart Blow.
Okay, good clean 2-shot. How much damage?
What'll it do? Powerful strike.
Too much.
It's a head-on collision. Power
Good thing it doesn't have
versus
quick
power.
attack.
What now? There, it's a hit. Wow! Going down! There's only one Pokemon left in reserve. Oh, it's Nidoqueen!
Okay. No
The
Gengar.
remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The 10th battle continues.
Earthquake's too powerful. I can't out recover it.
Perfect aim!
Ooh.
Body slam!
Good animation.
Oh,
Boga boga.
is it down and out?
I cannot get
Both bats
paralyzed
are down to their
by Body
last
Slam.
Pokemon.
My concerns is getting frozen. That's really it.
Oh, it's Snorlax! There's just one Pokemon aside now. The
You
battle is
have...
coming
Okay,
right
double kick.
down to the
Okay.
wire.
Wait, can you even... Wait, can Nidoqueen even get double kick? I thought Nidoking does.
How's that?
Or, sorry, not Nidoking, like Nidorino or Nidoran Male.
It's down.
Is that a move you can get?
That's it. Stay
I gotta check that
clear.
later. Okay. Thoughts weren't... Execution wasn't the greatest against Jim Lear Castle. I just gotta go through Elite Four, and then we're done. I had to redo the whole Elite Four because I lost to Rival. Let's hope I don't have to suffer that this time. Oh boy. In case I fail, I do have Mewtwo and Mew. What would Charizard even be good against? Probably Executor. So I'm thinking leave Earthquake out. And then bring in these. I do need a more physical attacker. And Charizard is the best pick. Maybe the next best pick because of Slash. Well, it is just Lorelei, so I can feel free to reset if Thunder misses one too many times.
The challenger now faces the Elite Four. The first opponent is Lorelei.
Let's go!
Oh, and a rough
Lorelei,
Pokemon
you're gonna eat a Thunder. You do realize that,
it's
right?
Executor.
I mean, yeah, that's the only thing
Here's
I
the
resist it,
first
but...
move. The attack wasn't effective. The
Of course, it's
intense battle
Executor.
continues.
Executor resists everything. How about I soften you up?
Fighting poses. What now? Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokemon choice. The special stat is down. What a furious battle! They go into battle poses. Here's a Pokemon change. Oh, it's Charizard!
No, it's Rhyhorn.
What's next? The special stat is
Frick off.
Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle? What's this? Nail the weak spot. What'll it do? Severe hit. Oh! Is it down and out?
Frick off.
What will the next Pokemon be? Combatants face each other. Here's a Pokemon change. How will the type difference affect that? Pin this guy! That one hurt! Oh! It's down! Which Pokemon is coming out? Oh, it's Articuno! This is a fight between two different types of Pokemon. There's the attack! Miss the target! What now? A decent hit! What a furious battle!
I think this is a loss, but I'm gonna keep trying. It is just Lorelei after all.
Vigorous attack! Perfect day! Ice beam! That's a good hit! Wow! Going down! There's only one Pokemon left in reserve.
Wait, she has Shelter. Or Cloyster.
Oh, it's Alakazam!
That's a... Well, that's not much of a problem. Shelter's... Or Cloyster's special is kind of
The
bad.
10th battle continues.
It does have Clamp, though.
A psychic blast! Power strike! And it's down!
This is just... War of Power.
Combatants are down to their last Pokemon.
Fight power with power.
We're down to the last Pokemon. There's just one Pokemon aside now. The battle is coming right down to the wire. And the weak spot. Oh, toxic! It opted to slowly damage the opponent. The intense battle continues.
Okay, Bruno
There it goes.
and Agatha don't scare me too much. Agatha has
Oh,
odd
is it
AI
down
in terms
now?
of switching, though. I think.
And there goes the battle!
The only thing that scares me about Bruno is just the Oko moves. And Agatha likes to put you to sleep and confuse you. Lance is just sheer power, and then the rival is just... ugh. Bruno is definitely not the person I imagined with a Clefable, I gotta say. Or Muck. Gotta say, I'm not sure what to do with Bruno.
Is Bruno. He is one rugged opponent.
Dead.
Mighty blow with the word go. Taken down on the word go. We might be in for a one-sided affair. Oh, it's Clefable!
Seriously, why do you have Clefable?
How will the type difference affect battle?
I can't even body slam the Clefable. I can't paralyze it.
Flash up confused
I gotta do this instead.
It's confused! What now? Super effective! The intense battle continues! What's that? Goodness! What's this? Perfect game!
Come on, hit yourself
What a
once.
furious battle.
I mean, I wouldn't KO you just by spamming Ice Beam anyway, but oh, okay.
Frozen solid!
Good face.
Frozen rock solid! There's no fighting back while you're frozen.
Body slam on the switch. Yep.
Here's a Pokemon chain. Oh, it hit the
Now how
lead.
about a nice
It
dose
has
of
to make up for
Paralyze?
lost ground.
Eat it.
What now? A decent hit. Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle?
Well, now that
Big
Clefable's
strike
frozen, I don't have to
fighting
care.
poses. High jump kick. Oh, the attack missed. There's the attack.
Nice.
The savage hit. Neither one is conceding an inch. How's that? Devastating. It's finally taken down. The next Pokemon is being pressed. Oh, it's Alakazam! How will the type difference affect battle? A Psychic Blast! Super effective! Oh! Is it down and out? There's only one Pokemon left in reserve. We're down to the last Pokemon. It's a frozen statue! The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. There, it's a hit! It's frozen rock solid! What a furious battle!
Clefable, I like you, but gosh dang it.
Savage attack!
You're so annoying to fight.
Yeah, it's a hit! Oh! It's down! And
Was there ever a generation where Clefable wasn't annoying to fight? In Gen 1, it's so bulky, and it never dies, and it can T-Wave you for free. It's also immune to Body Slam, and it itself has Stab Body Slam, and it can learn Psychic and a bunch of moves. In Gen 2, more or less the same, except now you can paralyze it with your Body Slams. Why do you have Gyarados? Because it's a snake? I guess?
next up, Agatha, another daunting foe. What
Gen 3, it
strategy
gets
will work
Cosmic
against
Power.
this wily lady?
It also gets Cute Charm.
Now,
Gen 4, I think it gets Magic Guard. Gen 5, it gets Unaware.
an intimidating Blaine. Oops, it's paralyzed.
What are you gonna do now? You can't even fissure me. You don't even have Rock Slide.
Horrible freak. Its defense is
What are you
down.
doing?
Flamethrower. There, it's a hit. Oh, is it down and out?
Is it Gen 5 or Gen 6 that introduced the double +2 evasion minimize? I guess there's that too. And then after that, it doesn't really change much.
3-2. This battle is still up in the air. They go into battle poses. Here's a Pokémon thing. Oh, it's Snorlax! What now? A decent hit! Will this Pokémon swap change the flow of battle? What's next? Goodness! It pumped up its special rating. Neither one is conceding an inch.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
What's this? Oh, that's it! It's taking a quick rest. The intense battle continues.
Well, it might now without the hype for being missed. Oh, it does have to recharge if it misses.
It's fast asleep. Fireworks are flying in this battle. What'll it do? Yeah, it's a hit. It woke up. The heated battle rages on.
Given that she's not switching, I'm guessing she didn't bring out Gengar.
What's that? That's a good hit. What a furious battle. What's this? There, it's a hit. It can't make a move. Sparks are flying in this heated
I'm gonna play this really defensively.
It's taking
I don't know how much
quick rest.
this is gonna mean for me though.
What'll it do? Miss the target. Neither one is conceding an inch. It's fast asleep. It can't make
I like how the camera functions so differently for Gyarados. Maybe because it's so big?
What now?
What are you doing? Agatha.
A decent hit. There's a big difference in HP.
Agatha is a true oddball.
Body slam. Good hit. It's finally taken down. There's a difference in the
Like, Agatha is like the odd one out of the Pokemon League, if you think about it.
Oh,
Bruno at least has his fighting types. Agatha is like...
3-1. The battle has become
they're all poison type. She's supposed to be the ghost trainer, but she doesn't really have ghosts. She has...
Yeah, it's a hit.
Also, there's no ghost to begin with.
There's the attack. Severe hit.
Bruno at least tries to be
Flying in this battle.
extremely powerful. No wonder he's so scary in
They strike fighting
Gym Leader
Pokemon.
Castle Round 2 of Pokemon Stadium 2.
What's this?
Maybe that's why he's
Oh,
still in the league. And they booted Agatha out.
how's that? Major damage. Oh, is it down and out? And there goes the battle.
Bruno tries to be powerful, but then he has Onyx. Two Onyxes at that. doesn't even replace one of them in round 2. He just evolves both of them to Steelixes. How about that? Oh my goodness, what a team. Then again, he has 2 fire types, which are not great. Arcanine cuz legendary. Perfect.
We're coming down to the end. Here's Lance, the last remaining master of the Elite Four. They strike
I'm scared. I'm terrified of amnesia here.
Here's the first
So I better lower his special while I still can.
Goodness. It pumped up its special rating. The intense battle continues. They go into battle poses. Here's a Pokemon thing. Oh, it's Snorlax. It's concentrating on its status. How will this swap affect the outcome? It pumped up its special rating.
Oh.
It used self-destruct. Severe hit. Wow! Going down. What will the next Pokemon be? Oh, it's Rubber.
Well, I got an amnesia up.
I
could probably live. Live.
Body slam. There, it's a hit.
Oh.
It's taking a quick rest.
Lance is probably steamed right now.
Now. What now? The special stat is down. It's fast asleep. Neither one is conceding an inch. What's next? A decent hit. It woke up. Fireworks are flying in this battle. What's this? What's the weak spot? It pumped up its special rating. The heated battle rages on.
I'm not risking 2 crits back to back.
What'll it do? Good hit.
I was prepared for this with this Snorlax, and I'm gonna make it work. I'm glad it's working.
What now? Yeah, it's a hit. It's fast asleep. Sparks are flying in this heated match. What's next? Boom! It woke up. What a furious
Now it's time to paralyze you.
What's this? Special stat is down. What'll it do? That's a good hit. Neither one is conceding an inch. They go into
Okay, now I'm free to
battle
set up on you. Now that I go after
It's
you.
pumped up its special rating.
If that's all you're gonna use, then I'll gladly go to +6.
Fireworks are flying in this battle. It still won't attack. What's next? A minor hit. The heated battle rages
We're at that
on.
point now.
It's still improving its state. It's paralyzed on the spot. The intense battle continues. It's concentrating on its status. What's this? It's a light hit. Both Pokémon appear equally fit. The combatants face each other.
Yes, we're really doing this.
It's
I'm playing it
taking a quick
absolutely safe.
rest. It's paralyzed
I
on the
probably
spot.
don't need to. I don't know what his last
Rocks
Pokemon
are
is.
flying in
But
this
whatever it
heated
is,
match.
it has 0 chance against me right now.
It's fast asleep. Flash up confused red. It's confused.
He's out of
What
options.
a furious battle. It woke up. It's paralyzed on the spot. Neither one is conceding an inch. Whoa! It attacked itself.
Didn't even do that much.
What
Oh,
do?
oh wait. Well, no.
A decent hit.
Freeze me.
Fireworks are
Wait. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Oh, no, wait, no. No, not like this, not like this.
Uh-oh, it's confused. It's paralyzed on the spot. The heated battle rages on.
Shake off your confusion, please.
What now? There, it's a hit. What's next? Good hit. The intense battle continues. Now. It's still confused. What's this? Yeah, it's a hit. Sparks are flying in this heated match. They strike fighting poses.
I'm risking it.
It shook off its confusion. Boom!
Come on. Yes.
It's paralyzed on the spot. What a furious battle! How's that? That's a good hit. It's finally taken down.
Gen 1 battle of my life
There's a
so far.
difference in the number of reserve Pokémon. Oh, it's Electabuzz.
Okay, now what could you
The remaining
possibly
Pokemon
do to
count
me?
is 3-1.
Seismic Toss, maybe?
The battle has become one-sided.
Not even.
Special stat is down.
Yeah, +5 now.
There's the attack. Severe hit.
Wow, it's actually gonna live 2 body slams.
Leading an inch.
Now you Seismic Toss?
A decent hit. Savage attack. Harsh blow. Fireworks are flying in this battle. What now?
How would you even do that to a Snorlax?
There, it's a hit. There it goes. Yeah, it's a hit. Oh, is it down and out? That's it. Stay clear.
Okay, the rival. gotta win. Wario, I gotta win. Wasn't that the same team he last time? Like, what did I learn? Okay, Reggie Soccer is good against Jolteon and Arcanine and can block off Explosion from Cloyster and Executor. And he's honestly good against... well, actually, no. Okay, Rhyhorn's out of the question. Alakazam's not... honestly not great. But he can do some Kinesis. I'm honestly thinking Snorlax to set up. Even if he leads Alakazam, I can stall out Psychic. Yeah, boy's not too great here. Lapras, definitely. Let's go. Snorlax, Jolteon, and Golem. Let's go.
This is the final act in a long and arduous quest in the Gym Leader Castle.
Well, I definitely know what to do in this instance.
Oh, and a rough Pokemon change. Oh, it's Golem. Here's the first move. Oh, the attack missed.
And no matter what, he has to eat an Earthquake.
They go into battle poses.
Oh, really? So you must not have Executor then.
Whoa, looks like a bad Pokemon.
In that case, that's really good.
Earthquake. Perfect game. Down. That didn't take much. And if he has Arcanine, that he's mega boned. Oh, no, he does have Executor. How will the type difference affect that?
Frick you! I'm exploding. Provided you don't KO me with Mega Drain. Oh, that power. Oh my gosh.
Which Pokemon is coming out? Now. Oh, it's Lapras.
Isn't your strategy like Leech Seed toxic?
Are entirely different types.
I hope that's the same strategy this time.
There's the attack. That's the weak spot. What's this? A decent hit.
Okay, good. This might be arranged though.
Furious battle. Ice Beam. Wow, that's an effective hit. Oh, it's down. There's only one Pokemon left.
I'm at least happy he didn't have Sleep Powder. That was the biggest concern.
Oh, it's Sandslash.
Okay, easy win.
The remaining
And I'm
Pokemon
not
must
using
be
Hydro
two to
Pump.
one.
I learned
The
my
chess
lesson.
battle continues. What'll it do? There, it's a hit.
Ooh, that's quite a bit of damage.
There it goes. Oh, it's
Easy.
frozen solid. There's no fighting back while you're frozen.
Flex. And then I miss all my Hydro
It's
Pumps.
frozen rock solid. Hydro Pump.
Lapras, I'm disappointed.
Neither one is conceding an inch. It can't make a move. Savage attack. Oh, it's another miss.
Congratulations, Sandslash. Congratulations. I applaud you. Here, have a spotlight. How about some confetti while we're out of here?
It's confused. Fireworks are flying in this battle. Oh, it still can't move. How's that? Super effective. Oh, is it down and out? Congratulations! You cleared the gym leader castle!
Alright. Glad that's out of the way. That might have been more difficult than I was anticipating. I don't know how difficult Poke Cup and Prime Cup are going to be in this, especially with my lowered stats. But I am proud of my achievement here. Didn't like a few parts of the stream, gonna have to edit that out. Not edit out the footage, preferably, just mute some parts. Because I didn't like what I said, personally. And it might be best that it's cut out. Kabuto again? Release Kabuto for Kabuto? Heck yeah! I should have said no just to show you what happens. But basically the Pokeball case closes and then goes back down. Basically in reverse. Let's do Kids Club. Let's end things off with Kids Club. Let's give it a fair shot at Hyper. And I read that you cannot tie. You can't tie. You have to win. You're not allowed to tie. No computer's allowed to win. Let me take a short break and we'll get back to this. Okie dokie, I'm back. Let's get started. Thankfully I don't have cold hands this time. Of course we're starting with Snorwar. Let me check my controller real quick. See what I have bound to the analog stick. Okay. Started. Dang it, I was doing the strat where I intentionally gave up too, cause like, thing is, if you mistime it, you lose a point, and if you don't hit A on the thing, then you also lose a point, so it's like, if you mistime it, then you like lose 2 points there. I think that's how it works anyway. It looked like I was almost winning, too. Until that happened. I just can't have Snore War. Like, at all. Uh-oh, it's gonna crash. It's gonna crash. Don't have Clefairy Says either. That's even more important. Or if I do, I have to have it last. You know, after my last stream at Stadium, when I did Kids Club, one of the chatters, Loveheart Gonzi, shortly, like after a stream, they did a Discord call screen share and showed me their playthrough of this, trying to unlock Hyper, and they actually did it. I kind of wish it was recorded there. Surprised I won there, actually, because I wasn't mashing optimally. I was going like da 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 when I could have done more easily. Please not Snore War. Please. Okay, good. Would have had it if I got any at the end there. Okay, analog stick. Okay, I gotta eat the pink ones. Aha! ×2 multiplier. Did I win? Had good combos there too. Wow, this is hard on keyboard. Okay, redemption. Redemption time. I really don't know if it's better to try at the end there. Like, do you lose points or do you gain points? Or if it's like, if you do it, then everyone loses points and the Z's don't matter. Finally! Got a rhythm there. At least they can't choose the same mini-games. Don't glitch out on me, please. It's glitching out. Let me see through to the end, at least. See if it glitches out at the end. Fab. I win no matter what. I didn't remember the last two. Fab! No, it didn't work. Okay, one more go. One more. Unless I lose the first game, then that doesn't count. I have to have a streak of at least one. After that, after I win once, the next loss is my last, and then we're ending the stream. It's a shame that one minigame basically ends everything. Okay, can I win this? Okay, what's worth more? Okay, the pink. I don't know what a good strategy here is. Like, combos are good, it's just that the Lickitungs are so bent on preventing that from happening. Screw you. Oh my gosh, this minigame sucks. I used to really like this minigame, but now that I'm playing it, it's just... it's so difficult to win. I don't know what the good... I don't know what the strat is. How do you compete? I say that when I barely lost that. Easy. Well, guess after this is like... Has Green ever chosen anything? You're a buddy, right? Yeah, you're a buddy. Nope, you're not, buddy. Please. I should not have lost that. I'm sorry. I should have not lost that. Okay, one more go, for real. Like, it did give me a free minigame, but then I felt like that was, like, unlike other times, I felt like that was my fault. So that doesn't count either. Barely won. Finally you pick this minigame. Like, good gosh. I'm probably gonna lose though, because keyboard. Ooh, nice. Come on. Call it fallacy, but like, okay, for real, this is the last one. For real. I feel like I need some redemption here. Like, I'm sorry, that Rattata minigame infuriated me. Seriously. That's not good. They're not allowed to win. At all. Never once won this, ever. My strat as a kid was to, like, always go for, like, the red circle things. Because they're typically worth a lot of points and they show up often. What did I eat last time? Every time I think of eating something, the thing I'm trying to go for the combo for shows up. Every time! And of course it shows up constantly for them. And of course the red things are not showing up anymore. Oh, okay. Redemption. Immediate redemption. Nope. Out of the way! Okay, I got a good combo. That's gotta at least be decent. Nope, incompetable. Anytime you think you do good, it's like, nope. Someone got like a million poke. Okay, for real, like, I gotta stop. Like, it's approaching 4 hours. Okay, this one is a genuine matcher. After this, I'm quitting. After the first loss. Okay. Half luck, half skill. Nope. Nope, tie. Nope, not even that. Okay, we're done. Save slot 8 detected, selected. Nope, done. It's clear that I stand no chance. Not without a controller. I don't know if you, like, during the Lick-a-Tongue minigame, like, if I was I can't hold down right and A at the same time, not with this control configuration. But anyway, I'd like to end things off here with, like, a showcasing of Mew. So let's say we do that real quick. Oh, okay. Well, we don't need to see chat. Where's... Okay. Is Same Boy showing? No? But anyway, here's my Mew. Level frickin' 82. I fought every trainer. And I also KO'd every stationary Pokemon, including Mewtwo and the legendary birds. Cringe. And these are its moves. Good moveset. It has like 50,000 stat experience across the board, having used 2 HP ups and 1 of everything else. Really good. Really good investment if you're going for max stat experience on a single Pokemon, is to just do a solo run, apparently. But anyway, I'm stopping here. Thank you for joining. Even if you were just watching or chatted 2 messages. This shouldn't take too long to edit. Because I guess that's the thing now, is just I'm editing my recorded streams rather than posting them raw, because, oh no, I didn't like one part. But that's just how I feel about them. Anyway, I don't know when I'll stream next. Probably next week, most likely. I'll try to, but no promises there. We'll see what happens. But since it's nearing the holidays, it's fair to take a break. Anyway, bye. Bye-bye, stream.